Hello Nursery and welcome to our story time this week. We're going to be reading a story today that's all about growing things, planting seeds and growing things, like what we've been doing in our Oliver's vegetable story when we've looked at how vegetables grow in the ground and they turn into something different. So the story that I'm going to show you today is called Errol's Garden. Now some of you might have seen and read this story before. You might have seen it online and you might have read it at home with your own book collection, but we're going to share it together and enjoy it. So here we go. I'm really good at growing things. I'm so good at it that we started running out of room at home. Look at all the different things. There's flowers, there's a cactus, there's lots of lovely plants. They're running out of room. What I really wanted was a real garden. Now Errol hasn't got a real garden because he lives, look, in a block of flats. So it means he hasn't got a garden because he might live on the second or third floor. So he hasn't got anywhere to put all his plants. I dreamed about my garden a lot. Here's Errol dreaming about his lovely garden. I wonder what your garden's like at home, or whether you live in a flat and you haven't got a garden so you have to go outside. Then one day I noticed something I'd never seen before. I always thought we lived on the top floor, but there was another button. So here are the buttons in the lift. I wonder where Errol could be going. And there was a roof. I couldn't believe it. I hadn't seen it before. This was the perfect spot for the garden. So look at all that space on the roof. So that's a perfect place for Errol to start growing some plants. I told Dad and Tia right away. We learned as much as we could about roof gardens. Have you ever heard of a roof garden? How amazing. So they're looking on the computer, finding out lots of information. But we needed help. Luckily, everyone else was just as excited as me. Look at all the people that live in the flat. I bet they would like a garden as well and they can have one on the roof. We made a plan. Here's the plan, look. We've got some vegetables, we've got some plants. Good. Everyone had different things to bring, which was good. There's lots of different things that they're bringing to the rooftop garden. Because there are lots of different things to do. Oh, look, they're over here in the soil. Planting some seeds, emptying the soil out, giving it a tidy up. How fantastic. And there still are. I love picking all the fruit and vegetables. I really love carrots. Oliver had carrots in the Oliver's vegetable story, didn't he? Gardens are fun because they are always changing. Look at all the different rooftop gardens. Can you see up here? So just because Errol doesn't have a garden at home on the ground floor, he still lives in the flat and he can still go up and use the garden on top. The end. What a lovely story. That showed us that Errol, even though he didn't have his garden at home, he was still able to have one and still able to grow all the things that he likes to grow, his vegetables and his plants. I wonder what you like to grow at home. I hope you enjoyed this story. I would like you to have a go at drawing a vegetable patch. So you could have different vegetables in it. You might have your favourite vegetable that you're growing, or you might even draw a picture of a new vegetable that you'd tried. I'd love to see your pictures of your drawings.